Hi, we're back today with a festive activity. We're gonna make cinnamon ornaments. They give a custom look and fragrant smell to your Christmas tree. You can customize them in any shapes or sizes and decorate them however you want. So you can make them personalized to you, and they smell so good because of the cinnamon, and you're learning a little stem along the way, doing measurement and baking. So it's a perfect family activity for the holidays. We love to do this, and it makes up to 12 ornaments, so there's enough to keep for your tree, and you could gift them too to people. So let's get started. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, and I also have my brand new STEAM activity journal that is for sale now on Amazon and engineeringemily.com, and it's so awesome, and check it out. And we're going to use it along the way to help us document and record our observations while we work. And I also printed out our cinnamon ornament printable, also from my blog, engineeringemily.com. I have the instructions. You can print them out step by step of how to do this easily. So you just print it out and you're ready to go. So on the front, we have our materials, our safety, and the back we have a procedure, and then it explains the STEM concepts learned. So first we're going to start with our materials. So we need a large bowl, and in the bowl, we're going to mix 1.5 cups of cinnamon, 1 cup of applesauce, and 2 tablespoons of glue. So that's it. That's all you need to make the ornaments. It's a 3-ingredient recipe for the dough and super easy. We're going to show you how to do it right now. Okay, so now we're ready to get started. Our first ingredient we're going to add is cinnamon. You need 1.5 cups cinnamon. So this is a lot of cinnamon. We have our giant cinnamon from Costco. So you're probably going to need something like this, a giant cinnamon. Okay, is that about 1 cup? Maybe a little more, a heaping 1 cup. So dump that into our large bowl. And then we need a 1/2 cup now. So we're gonna pour this in. We're using up all our cinnamon, but it's worth it. It smells so good, doesn't it? Yes. Do you guys love the smell of cinnamon? It smells like the holidays. Okay, next we need 1 cup of applesauce. So we have just regular applesauce from the store. And we're going to use our 1 cup measuring cup for this. My son's going to help me with the applesauce. So we're pouring, 1 cup, a little extra. That's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. And in the end, you can adjust your measurements. If you end up adding a little too much applesauce on accident, you can add more cinnamon. Or if you added too much cinnamon, you can add more applesauce. And then our last thing is glue. And that's just to help it stay together. It can work with just the applesauce and cinnamon, but sometimes it'll fall apart more easily later on. And so we're adding the glue to help it stay together. 2-person job. So you hold this. So we're need 2 tablespoons. So we have a 1 tablespoon measuring, and we're gonna pour the glue in. Okay, there's 1 tablespoon. Dump it in, and then we'll do our 2nd tablespoon.
But we don't use it all.
Okay, there we go. Now dump this one in. No, I didn't. We still have some. Okay, so that's our glue. So now we have our cinnamon, applesauce, and glue ready to go. Now we need a spoon, and we're going to mix it up. So we'll find our spoon. Here we go.
Mommy, I want to mix it up.
Okay, you want to mix? Mix. Okay, we're stirring the dough till it comes together, all the 3 ingredients into a nice dough. So it looks like if we possibly had too much cinnamon in here and it's not coming together, we're going to add a little more applesauce. But we'll just see how this goes. Okay, we switched kids because it's hard work. Their arms are getting tired. Stirring this dough. It's a thick dough, so it takes a little while to come together. Okay, so now we...
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, it does. It smells like a cinnamon roll, my kid said, and it does, and it kind of looks like a cinnamon roll filling. So this is a nice dough consistency. It's still pretty soft, but it's moldable too, and that's what you want. You want something that you can mold. So like in my hand, I can make it into something round. And so it's ready. That means it's ready. It's soft. It's not too sticky on me. Okay, so now that we made our dough, we have 2 pieces of parchment paper. So the first one I have out on my table, and we're gonna pour the dough onto the parchment. Okay, so we have our dough out on our parchment. We're gonna put a second piece. This is to keep it from being too messy as you roll it out. So you put a second piece of parchment over the top. And I think the parents will appreciate this. And your rolling pin does not get messy. Now we're gonna roll it out till it's flat, about 1/4 inch thick. So it's like you're making Christmas cookies here. You want them as thick as you would make your Christmas cookies that you're gonna cut with cookie cutters. So we're gonna work together to roll out the dough to 1/4 inch thick now. Okay, so we cut this and you can't pick it up. It's falling apart because it's so wet. So our dough was a little too wet. It was not working out at all. So we're gonna try adding more cinnamon. So we're gonna start with a 1/4 cup extra and see if that makes it a little less sticky. And if not, we'll add even more. But we'll start with a 1/4 cup. So you can dump that in for me. And then I'll help stir it. And let's see. Okay, so now we're getting in there with our hands to help mix it and see if this is a better consistency where it's not as wet, so we can make the ornaments a little easier. Okay, it's still a little too wet, so we're gonna add another 1/4 cup. So this is bringing us up to 2 cups total of cinnamon once we add this second 1/4 cup, and I think this will give us the right consistency. Okay, that looks good. Now dump it in. Okay, and now we're gonna stir it. We're just gonna use our hands to help mix it in. Okay, so we have the 2 cups of cinnamon in here now, and this is a much more moldable dough. It's not as wet. It's a little crumbly, but I think this will stick together better while we're making our shapes. So we're gonna roll this out now. Okay, so I have a trick to help you decide how thick is a 1/4 inch thick. You put a pencil. That's gonna be about the right thickness that you want for these ornaments. And so roll your rolling pin along the pencil, and then when it's hitting the pencil flat, that's when you know you're at the right thickness. So that helps me make sure I have an even thickness and it's the right thickness and not too thin, not too thick. Okay, so we got a flat, even surface using our parchment and our rolling pin and the pencils. So I'm taking out my pencils I used to help determine the thickness, and we're gonna pull it off and see we have a nice even thickness flat dough, kind of like cookies, and we're ready to do cookie cutters. Okay, we've got all our cookie cutters on our dough, and we're just peeling off. So you can see we've already started this, but we're just peeling off what's outside of the. Okay, so we once we pull off all the stuff around the edges, we scoop it up. And we're putting on the baking pan on the extra parchment. We put it back on the baking pan and we're putting them there. We've moved all our cut out ornaments onto our baking sheet that has parchment over it. And now we have a bunch. This is all our extras. So we're gonna roll this out again and get a few more ornaments. Okay, so I'm cutting out the shapes again. So this is how we're getting them out. We pull it away a little while still in the cookie cutter. We pull off all the excess on the sides, and then I lift up the cookie cutter, and then I use my spatula to transfer it to the cookie sheet, the baking sheet. And so I'll do this next one too. It's a stocking here, so I'm pulling it out, and then I pull off all the extra on the outside, and now I lift it up, and now it's ready to transfer. And one more. We have our gingerbread man. So it's the last one. Kind of helps if you pull it out. It helps loosen some of the extra around it. Makes it easier to pull off that extra. You can use a pencil or a knife to help you get the extra pieces that are stuck around there. And then once you get it all cleared out, pull off the cookie cutter, scoop with the spatula, and find a place on your baking sheet. Okay, so now we have all of our cinnamon dough that's cut out on our baking tray. There's parchment on top of it. So it's ready to go in the oven, but first we're gonna make it so that we can use these as ornaments. So they need holes for us to put a ribbon through. So you use a straw and you just poke it in, and and then you blow it out. So let me do it again. So you just poke it through the top, close near the top, but not too close to the edge, so that you don't, so that it won't break it later. And then it comes up, and you can see inside is the piece of dough that we pulled out, and you just blow it out to clear it, and then you can use it again.
Can I try one?
Right there.
That one went very, very far.
Okay. Okay, so we have our cut dough, and we put holes in it using our straws. And there was a few cracks in the top after we did that because the dough is a little bit on the dry side now. So you just can push together the cracks and it's ready to go. It's an easy fix, especially while it's still wet dough. So now we're going to transfer it to the oven. And you can actually leave it out to dry and it will dry naturally in a couple days. But we're going to put it in the oven to speed things up. It'll be about 2 to 3 hours at 200 degrees in the oven. So we're putting it in now. I have the oven preheated to 200 degrees. We're going to leave it for 2 or 3 hours in there until they're dried out. Okay, so we just took these out of the oven. I left them in for almost 3 hours and all of the ornaments are dry. And they smell amazing, don't they?
Yeah.
Smells so good, like cinnamon in here. And so now that you can just put them on your tree directly like this. You'll just need some ribbon. So you can cut a piece of ribbon a couple inches long. And you just stick it through the hole and tie it. So we stick it through the hole we made with our straws. And then you'll tie the ribbon. And it's ready to go on your tree and it will smell amazing and it looks really cute in the fun shape. But if you want to decorate it further, we're going to use puff paints to decorate. So there are these
They're different
tulip
colors.
puff paints. So you can find them. We got these at Walmart. They sell them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart, all those places. And we're just going to decorate ours with the puff paints just so they're a little more cute and personal. But they're good to go on the tree just like this if you'd like. So we'll show you what ours look like after we decorate them.
Today we're doing a special video, and we were making these yesterday. See, like these. We were making these like yesterday, and that's why we're doing this video.
Okay. So yesterday we made our cinnamon ornaments in the oven and then we decorated them with puff paint. And some of the puff paint got put on very thick. So we gave them a full day to dry. They're still a little wet, so sometimes it could take more than 24 hours depending on how thick you put on your puff paint if you use that to decorate it. So anyways, ours are mostly dry now, so we're going to add on. Okay, I pre-cut the ribbon about 1 foot long each, just a little less than that probably. So we're going to, you just poke it through the hole that you made with the straw. And we're all going to do this. We can work together. Okay, and then you tie it.
And then
so the kids can all do some too.
How do we tie this?
And then we tie it at the top. And you leave enough room so you could hang it from the tree. So you might have some extra at top. I made it probably longer than it needs to be. But you want to leave enough of a loop so you can hang it as an ornament on your tree using this loop on the ribbon.
I'll give everybody.
Okay, I'll tie that one.
I'll give everybody some ornaments.
So what do you guys think of the ornaments? Do you like
It
them?
looks good.
Do they smell nice?
Mommy, I need to choose which one I want to bring to school.
Okay. Yes, I can't wait to hang them all on our tree. It's going to smell so good. I'm so glad we did this again this year, aren't you?